This is our lecture number 46. In our previous lecture, we studied about the column and pedestal and types of column. These two part we cover in our previous lecture. Now in this lecture we cover requirement of reinforcement in column, minimum eccentricity in columns, and last one is the assumption. So these three things we have covered in this lecture. So let's start this lecture. Requirement of reinforcement in column. Requirement of reinforcement in column. So our first topic is requirement of reinforcement in column. So we have required longitudinal reinforcement and lateral reinforcement. So as per IS 456 2000 page number 48 and clause number 26.5.3 we discuss some provisions made for requirement of reinforcement in column. So first, for longitudinal reinforcement. Okay. So the cross sectional area of longitudinal reinforcement, cross sectional area of longitudinal reinforcement shall not be less than 0.8% and shall not be more than 6%. You remember these two values. For longitudinal reinforcement in column, the cross sectional area of longitudinal reinforcement shall not be less than 0.8% and shall not be greater than 6%. Okay, and here of the gross cross sectional area of column. Cross sectional area of the column means 0.8% of gross cross sectional area of the column and 6% of the gross cross sectional area of the column. Okay, so you remember this point. Now second point, the minimum number of longitudinal bars, number of longitudinal bars shall be 4 in rectangular column and 6 in circular column and 6 in circular column. You remember these two things also. In rectangular column we provide 4 bars as a minimum longitudinal bars, and for circular we provided 6 as a minimum longitudinal bars. Point number 3, the bars should or shall not be less than 12 mm in dia. Okay, the bars shall not be less than 12 mm in diameter. This part of column is directly asked in competitive examinations. The minimum dia of bar in case of longitudinal bars in column, that is the 12 mm in diameter. Fourth point, spacing of longitudinal bar measured along the periphery of the column shall not exceed 300 mm. Spacing of longitudinal bar measured from the periphery of the column shall not be exceed the 300 mm. And last point which is given in IS 456-2000 is a reinforced concrete column having helical reinforcement shall have at least 6 bars of longitudinal. Okay, so these are the points given in our IS 456-2000 page number 48, clause number 26.53. What clause we have to use in case of column for a longitudinal reinforcement. Okay, now we see the lateral reinforcement. So here I discuss some important points regarding the lateral reinforcement. I will not discuss here all points regarding the transverse reinforcement. Okay, for that you have to see our code IS 456-2000. IS 456-2000 page number 49 and clause number 26.5.3.2. So for that you have to visit our code. Some general criteria and arrangement of transverse reinforcement, there are some points given in this clause. You visit that code. Here I discuss only some important points, like for lateral ties. In this, first we take the pitch. Okay, so pitch First we write the definition. The vertical distance between two consecutive ties in column is called pitch. Means if this is our column and in this way we have provided the lateral ties, so the distance between these two ties we called pitch. This is the vertical distance between two consecutive ties in column. Okay, the pitch of transverse reinforcement shall not be more than the least of the following. First, the least lateral dimension of the column. Second, 16 into smaller diameter of the longitudinal bar. And last, third is 300 mm. Okay, so for pitch, first we see the definition. The vertical distance between two consecutive ties in column is called pitch, and the pitch of transverse reinforcement shall not be more than the least of the following. Means the least of the following. So the least lateral dimension of the column, 16 into smaller diameter of the longitudinal bar, and 300. So our pitch should be not more than these three criteria. Now we write for diameter. This one is for pitch. Now we have write for diameter. So second is for diameter. The diameter of the polygonal links or lateral ties shall not be less than shall be not less than first 1/4 into diameter of longest longitudinal bar, longest or largest. Here we write largest longitudinal bar, and second is the 6 mm, whichever is more. The diameter of the lateral tie shall be not less than. So for that we have to check these two criteria, and we have to pick up more value which we get from these two criteria. Okay, now we see for helical reinforcement. Third is for helical reinforcement. So for helical reinforcement we see first pitch should not greater than 75 mm and should not greater than 1.6 into core dia of column. Okay, for helical reinforcement, pitch not greater than 75 mm and not greater than 1.6 into core dia of column, but not less than 25 mm and not less than 3 into diameter of helix or dia of helix. Okay, same we have write for diameter. For diameter, same we have used as we used for lateral ties. 1/4 into dia of largest longitudinal bar and 6 mm, whichever is more, and diameter should not be less than the value which we get from here. So these are the criteria of longitudinal reinforcement and transverse reinforcement. In transverse reinforcement we see lateral ties, diameter and helical reinforcement. Now our second topic of this lecture is minimum eccentricity in column. Minimum eccentricity in column. So for that you have visit IS 456 2000 page number 42 and clause number 25.4. Here we have given all columns shall be designed for minimum eccentricity. So minimum eccentricity is equal to L upon 500 plus capital D upon 30. Okay, so L is the unsupported length of column and D is the lateral dimension. Okay, and eccentricity minimum does not less than and equal to 20 mm. So this criteria is given in IS 456 2000 page number 42 clause number 25.4. Now last topic of this lecture is assumption. Assumption in design of compression member. Okay, so this is given in our IS 456 2000 page number 70 clause number 39.1. So some assumption we have given for that: plane section normal to the axis, remain plane after bending. This assumption is common in every part of the structure. Second one, the maximum strain in concrete at the outermost compression fiber is taken as 0.0035 in bending. The maximum compressive strain in concrete in axial compression is taken as 0.002. Okay, so these assumptions some same as beam also. Fourth one is the tensile strength of concrete is ignored. And last one is the maximum compressive strain at the highly compressed extreme fiber in concrete subjected to axial compression and bending, and when there is no tension on the section, shall be 0.0035 times minus 0.75 times the strain at the least compressed extreme fiber. So these are the assumptions given in our IS 456-2000 related with the columns. So this lecture is over, guys. You have any doubt, please comment in my comment box. Thank you.